Our faith journey can be likened to a marathon. Many people get tired because they think it's about speed, but it's not about how fast you run. It's about making it to the end. The race of faith isn't about how we start, it's about how we finish. Often, we abandon the purposes God has for us, forgetting the promises He has already made. We focus so much on the pain of the process that we forget the promised joy. But we must remember, we will reap if we do not give up. We have a refuge, a fortress. We are children of God, who created all things. So why should a financial storm shake us when we are children of the one who created everything? Many times, we worry more about the direction of the world than about the direction of our own homes. External news seems to weigh more than the events within our household. We must take care of our generosity, our children, our marriages, and our businesses. Those who hope in the Lord renew their strength. They soar like eagles, run and do not grow weary, walk and do not faint. You are a hero of faith in your home. Your child watches and expects exemplary behavior from you. Your spouse, even if unspoken, also expects you to act with dignity. When everything could have stopped you, you didn't give up. I want to invite you to keep walking, even when everything rises against you. Continue, even if things seem unlikely, even if the bills don't add up, even if nothing makes sense and logic doesn't support you. God's promises prevail. God's glory is revealed amidst impossibilities. It doesn't need to make sense to anyone else if it makes sense to the one who promised. Sometimes we stop because we look at the future and think it doesn't make sense, but God tells us it doesn't have to. What seemed impossible in the past is now a milestone of what God has done and will continue to do in the future. He brings to our memory what He did back then as fuel to keep us believing that He is still at work. The journey of faith, like a marathon, is marked by persistence and determination. Along the way, it's easy to get distracted by pain and challenges, forgetting the promise of joy and victory. However, every step taken in faith is a testimony of our trust in God. When we look back, we can see how much we've overcome, even if it seems difficult at the moment. God has adopted us as His children and offers us a safe refuge. His promises are our anchor, keeping us steady even in the worst financial or emotional storms. We are not just survivors. We are victors, destined to reach the end of the race gloriously. Continuing to walk, even when circumstances seem impossible, is an act of faith that transcends human logic. God's promises are greater than any obstacle. His glory manifests precisely in the most challenging situations. Human logic may fail, but faith in God never fails. When we look to the future and feel that things don't make sense, it is our faith that sustains us. God reminds us of His past works to strengthen our confidence in the present and the future. Every past victory is a reminder that He is still at work in our lives, regardless of current circumstances. The marathon of faith is a continuous journey of overcoming and growth. We need to remember the small dreams we had at the beginning of our faith journey. Often, without realizing it, we have already surpassed many of them. We believe in miracles, but we often try not to depend on them. However, God shows us that miracles are an integral part of who He is, not just emergency solutions. Miracles are manifestations of His glory and power in our lives. They are not just responses to desperate situations, but the expression of God's love and care for us. We need to embrace miracles as the first and greatest possibility. Jeremiah 29 verse 11 reminds us of God's plans to prosper us and give us hope and a future. Often, we adjust our expectations to our level of faith, but God calls us to increase our faith and not lower our expectations. We should not adjust our dreams to our reality, but bring our reality to the size of God's promises. He is faithful to fulfill everything He promised. His promises are unchangeable and powerful. They guarantee that no matter what we face, we will come out victorious. Faith allows us to see beyond circumstances and trust in God's perfect plan for our lives. The marathon of faith teaches us that perseverance is crucial. Every storm, every challenge faced, is an opportunity for growth and strengthening. Looking back, we can see God's faithfulness in every step taken. His promises sustain us and give us hope. Faith in God allows us to face any adversity with courage and determination. He is our strength and refuge, and His promises are our guide. By trusting in God and remaining firm in faith, we can overcome any challenge and reach the end of the race victoriously. We must remember that our faith journey is a living testimony to those around us. Our family, friends, and community observe our walk. When we face storms with courage and faith, we inspire others to do the same. Our perseverance and trust in God are a powerful testimony to His faithfulness. The marathon of faith is not about how quickly we reach the end, but about the certainty that we will get there. Every step taken in faith is a testimony of our trust in God and His power in our lives. So, don't be discouraged. Keep walking, even when circumstances seem impossible. God's promises prevail and His glory is revealed in impossibilities. Miracles are part of our faith journey. They are the expression of God's love and power in our lives. By trusting in Him and remaining firm in faith, we can live extraordinary and fulfilling lives, inspiring others to do the same. The marathon of faith is a continuous journey of growth and overcoming, and with God by our side, we are more than conquerors.